TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Within the confines of wrestling fans and people that know about wrestling, that they know, they wonder, where did this guy go? And then you see the internet, that he passed out on somas, which is a muscle relaxant. Well, I think like the recommended dose is like 1 to 2 tablets a day. And I've myself have seen a guy, put 10 of them in his hand and, just eat them, just to get the high or the low. But, I never really got off on that. I did take, the vicodins and stuff, for my knees, because they were shooting injuries, they weren't worked angles or anything. I completely blew my knee out. I walked in to the hospital and the doc, to have my knee completely redone. I had my ACL, my PCL, the interior, the meniscus, the medial collateral, and the outer, all replaced at one time. And I walked the day after the surgery, and the doctor that did it, he did it with cadaver parts, which is called an allograft. And the allograft, they screen these parts and these pieces to make sure that they'll work with your body chemistry or blood type or whatever. Well, the first time I had it done, it was done with these allograft pieces, from cadavers. And the first match back, I was out for 9 months. I came back and I worked with Flair, and I had a knee brace, which the doctor told me, he said, you see how you feel. You see if you think, that you can do it, if you can work without the brace. So all I wore were just the kind of knee pads that the guys wear now.
Right.
I thought, okay, 9 months, I've worked this thing, I was big. I was 295 pounds, so that was it was too much weight for, something that had been fixed the way it was. And geez, and here I go again, 5 minutes into a match that Flair and I are supposed to go 30, 40 minutes. It went away. And I remember exactly how I did it. I gave Flair a backdrop, and then I took off and hit the ropes, and I pivoted on my left foot, and I just felt it. It was like mush. It just gave away. And I dropped an elbow on Flair, and I said, Rick, my knee just went. And he said, what? I said, it's gone, man. I said, it's the same thing. He said, okay. He said, you want to go home now? I said, no. I said, we got to do as much as we can. So, there I was. I had no knee, nothing. To make a long story short there, what had happened is all the cadaver parts they put in, I flew out and went the next day and had an MRI done, and every one of the cadaver parts had died. They were gone. So I had nothing holding my knee together. It was just my hamstring was holding my knee and everything in place. So when the mush went, it was just the cartilage in between the bones. So I hadn't healed, it was like nothing was there.
TitleMatchNetwork.com.